Can you buy a house with no job and no income? Because that's what I was asked today. So an agent calls me up and says, I really need help with my client. My client wants to buy an $800,000 house. They want to put $300,000 down and they have $500,000 in the bank. They do not have a job and they do not have any income. So I said, well, let me just ask some questions. I was like, well, first of all, does the client pay rent? He's like, no, the client doesn't pay rent. I was like, what about the credit? He's like, they have great credit, but everything on their credit's new. They don't have an account that's been open for longer than 12 months. This was an issue with another lender. I was like, okay, no rent, no credit history. I was like, how do they get that money? And he's like, well, the money came through a insurance policy when somebody had passed away. And I was like, but how did this person support themselves? Or how does the person plan on making the mortgage payment after they purchase the house? Are they just going to use the balance of their savings and then what? It's like, no, when they move to that area, they plan on getting a job and then being able to make the payment. So I was like, okay, so let me recap. We have very limited credit, we have no rental history, we have no job, and we have no income. He's like, that's exactly right. I was like, well, what state do they want to buy? He gave me the state, and I was thinking to myself, this is one of the states, and it's different in every state, but this is one of the states where you don't have to have a job or any income to purchase a home. I was like, well, is the person ready for like an 8, 9, 10% interest rate? Are they prepared for that? He's like, that's not their preference, but if that's what they have to take, then that's what they will do. I was like, okay, well, let's have them do an application and we'll see if we can work it out.